Hey friends, I just killed a spider over there and I'm trying to convince myself that doesn't mean I have to move houses. So that's fun. Guess what time it is? If you said 2 in the morning, you're where I live, and also go to sleep. But I'm awake because it's hot. It's hot because apparently the Pacific Northwest doesn't believe in air conditioning, and because my sister, who told me that it wasn't hot when I was gonna move here a few months ago, is a dirty liar because it does get hot, and I'm hot right now. So I'm sleeping in my basement as opposed to my bedroom that's up on the top floor, which therefore is hot because I'm a little troll. Anyway, since I'm awake and ADHD is a thing, and I can't find my Adderall because I have ADHD, I'm gonna do another reaction. I got a comment or a request kind of thing, a couple of them in my comments on the other two, which is cool that people seem to. I got some very, very nice comments that are really sweet. I don't care that it has barely any views. Like, the fact that anyone saw it and anyone even got like a mild chuckle or like enjoyed my insight is so wonderful and feels very cool. So like, heck yeah. And the first request was another Chris Webby song, which is cool. This one called Daydream. Again, I was debating on looking stuff up about Chris Webby after the last one. I'm like, no, you know what? I want to go in blind still and just kind of get to know him through music, because that's the fun thing about an artist. Unless people think I should look some stuff up about him. I can't talk. It's 2 in the morning. So first shot, I already love it because we got a tube television, and I love me a tube TV. I still have mine in the other room. When I moved, I was gonna not move it because it's giant and heavy, but then I just couldn't bear to leave without it. So there's a built-in VCR still. And while a couple years ago for Christmas, my friends got me a freestanding VCR because I still watch VHS. I'm not a hipster. I just believe that some movies need to be watched on VHS. People can say that about vinyl and no one makes fun of them, so I can say it about movies. I have a small collection over there of modern movies that people have created and released on VHS because I'm that much of a nerd. Anyway, which is, I guess, why I called it Film Nerd Reacts. I didn't know what else to say. People give themselves weird descriptors. Guitarist or therapist or pastor or whatever the hell. I don't know. Ex-Disney cast member, I guess I can say that. Mostly just be like, hey, anxious weirdo babbles about stuff. So I figured if I can say nothing else about myself as a human being, I can say I've seen too many movies, so film nerd. And because of that, I might comment a little bit more on the visuals of videos than necessarily the music, though obviously I'm a big lyrics freak. I love listening to the words of things and analyzing them too much, and it's just what it is. So there we go. Chris Webby, Daydream. I am excited. This is going to be very cool because I have no idea if that song was a fluke vibe-wise or if that's his normal style. I don't know. This one's in color. It's nice to see range. So we'll see how it goes. All right.
I see myself in another light, 'cause I always felt like I was nothing like who they wanted me to.
Initial reaction. Can confirm, does not look like Uncut Gems. Like I said in the last video, he does not look like Adam Sandler. Also, I want that sweatshirt badly. Oh, and I like this shot, actually. This is cool. It's a split screen, but they split it so where it's like sloped against the side of the tree. That's such a fun way to do that. It makes it just more dynamic to look at than just a regular split screen. So that's very cool. Also, aw, his hat is South Park. It's like the old South Park high school, elementary school team. That's so cute. That was such a nostalgic show for me. I used to watch it all the time as a kid. It came out when I was like 9, I think is when it started. And it was like a show my dad and I used to watch on Saturday nights. I got to stay up till 10:30 and we could watch it. But they had to, whatever, I don't care. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't talk too much. That's the point of these. They used to have to watch it on Wednesday when it originally aired to see if it was appropriate enough for me to watch on Saturday with my dad when they did the replay. And there were a couple that I was not allowed to watch until I was an adult. But and looking at them, I guess I understand. But it was, man, those were funny. Okay, that's not the song. But I did get excited for that. And also, I gotta find where that sweatshirt's from.
Like I was nothing like who they wanted me to be.
Do I like that shot?
Made my way through hell to find another life. From what I can tell, I'm doing something right. Now the daylight dawns my destiny. myself to find the wind that'll carry me to where I drop the pin. When I manifest in my direction, never could I catch the wave before I learned to swim. Had to keep the flame of light that burns within. Now he is I, no lion, I am him. Hit the drum roll, let it begin. I don't need no one to save me.
Oh! Sorry. The song is great so far. That wasn't a reaction to the song. Oh, in the window behind him, that's Amoeba Records. Oh, Amoeba, I miss you so much. For those who don't know, Amoeba Records is a record store. I'm sure there's several locations. Actually, not that many locations. I've been to the one in Berkeley, but the biggest one is the one in LA, in Hollywood. And it's this beautiful, giant record store. They've got like every kind of genre, every subgenre, really hard to find stuff, all different mediums of music, and a huge upstairs, this massive thing of movies, really rare movies, VHS, Laserdisc, everything. I would spend hours in there. I've been to record signings there. It's just, God, I love that store. And then it's still technically around, but it closed. And I think it was like post-pandemic, they opened up a new location. And it was just not the same. It was much, much, much smaller. And I mean, the movie section was nothing. And I get that's not the point of the store, but it was still, you know. And also the building had no character. You can see behind him, that building has so much character. And I was just not ready to see my baby Amoeba music. And even that, like that right there, kind of evokes nostalgia in me, much like the South Park shirt or the South Park hat. And the there's some Ninja Turtles or Ninja Turtle ducks and some Pokemon. I think that's a Teddy Ruxpin. Cute. So I imagine Chris Webby's probably around my age. A 90s kid. I was born in 88, but I'm a 90s kid. I don't remember the 80s. The Ren and Stimpy shirt. I loved that show when I was little. Oh man, my parents hated when I watched it. But it was on, I think, on Sundays. And I was a difficult kid to get to go to church when I was little. I was a difficult kid to do anything when I was little. My sister was very sweet. My little sister was perfect. And I was sent as a punishment from my parents for whatever they might have done in a past life. And I apologize. But it was hard to get me to do anything I did not want to do. And so the deal was, if I went to church, I didn't complain about it, and I was good, I didn't fight anybody or anything, I got to watch Ren and Stimpy that night. So that was my trade-off to watch that show. Obviously not knowing that the man who made it is a horrible monster man. Thank you for ruining childhoods. Yay. Oh, is that Aku Aku in the back? Oh my gosh, this is so fun. I'm sorry. I think like his hat when it was backwards in that one shot, I don't think it was, but it looked for a second like the Urkin Armada symbol from Invader Zim. But I love that besides all the 90s iconography, a lot of the way the video is shot feels very 90s. His image repeated on, or like the image kind of completing on the television in front of him, or even just the shots of him with the sky behind him looks extremely 90s. And that's really, really fun. Okay. Going back. Now that I'm prepared, that I'm gonna see, I'll try not to just stare out that window, but that was a genuine surprise and joy.
Hit the drum roll, let it begin. No one to save me. My whole life I've been the same me. They would try to call me crazy, but who's the crazy one now? Yeah, and really can you blame me? With all these devils trying to break free, still I'm high up in a daydream, and you ain't pulling me down.
It's a nice kitchen. This makes you wonder the whole thing of still in a daydream and people trying to drag him down, calling him crazy. I wonder if that room is meant to be real or is meant to be like a sort of a safe space, this kind of little room of nostalgia and nothing very extremely challenging. But also he's talking about, trying to be a better person, which is a lot of also what he talks about in Baggage, though that was the failure of it. I hope that Baggage isn't a sequel to this, or that's sad. But yeah, it's making me wonder if that room is meant to be a metaphorical room of just like, screw everybody, Teddy Ruxpin will be my friend, which like, yeah, he should be your friend.
I don't put on no act, this ain't a movie role. Still I follow a path I never knew before, trying to keep my feet on
like that. First of all, also love saxophone. Saxophone and songs makes me happy. Saxophone or trumpet always make me happy in a song that they're not traditionally in. I love the whole thing of, you know, trying to be better, and even where he has room to grow to not start slipping down. A lot of that's what I talked about in the baggage one about, you know, these epiphanies and trying to be a better person. And I think that it's still being a better person. And I don't mean like being a what is, you know, a societal version of what a good person or correct person is. I mean, just like what you feel is a better version of you. Starts with a daydream. It starts with you trying to imagine what that person is and then figuring out how to have the tools to become that person. I mean, I struggled for a long time. I mean, I still struggle with a lot of mental health stuff, but it wasn't until like a year or two ago that I finally found the right combination of medications where it's like, oh my gosh, I can think clearly, I can have some control over my life, I can be a person. And then you just kind of have to, at that point, then you could start and be like, okay, how do I put this person together? It starts off like that, like it's, and the whole thing of like, everyone's trying to save me, they can't, you kind of have to do it yourself. Which yeah, sorry, I'm just staring. And also the sound of the music, it's funny, the verses sounded kind of, sort of like Portugal the Man, but then the chorus sounds a bit like that Hozier song that's everywhere now. And I don't know what it's called. It's just called Too Sweet. You're too sweet for me. It's 2 a.m, I can't sing right now. That one, it sounds quite a bit like that in the chorus to me. I'm gonna go back again. Also, I love that kitchen. Where do you live, my guy?
I'm falling down, down, down. Got a bone to pick with who I used to be, but I've grown into the dude that's true to me. If they know, they know. If not, they soon to see. My determination, hesitation, never been a thing for me. I'm on the loose, agree or not, I won't stop. I read through the seas, what I came here for, so leave room to breathe on a spree like you wouldn't believe.
Hey, Kelly. Man, that I got a bone to pick with who I used to be thing is really real. But also, we can't do that to ourselves. I mean, it's like a common phrase of like, try to take the advice or give yourself the advice you would give to someone else. And that's the same with looking at your old self. Because if you look at your old self like you would someone you cared about, then you would stop and you'd go like, well, what did they have to deal with? What were they going through at the time? What were their limitations at the time? Like you would hear them out. You would think about, okay, well, why do they make these choices even if they were bad? Like what happened here? What were their circumstances? But because it's you just kind of end up going, oh God, this idiot, screw them. Like you end up just getting mad at yourself. And it's hard because then all that energy you have toward trying to be better, half of it is taken up by just being mad at past you. And it can really hold you back. It's something I've struggled with quite a bit. Of just like, and I'll talk to my mom about it a lot, of just like, I just get so frustrated, even though I know that past me wasn't able to, you know, like do a lot of the things that I needed to be doing at the time of my life. I knew that because of anxieties and panic attacks and things like that, like I was not capable of doing the things I should have been doing at those time periods in your life. It's the frustration of just like, why do I have to be like this? Why didn't they know I had ADHD when I was in school? My school life would have been so much better. It's hard because you just want to sit there and almost grieve for the life you could have had. But you can have those moments, but you can't just let them consume you, because then that's it. You just spend your entire time in a past. It's frustrating. I'm babbling way too much about just a single line. In general, the song is very seems very hopeful. I quite like it. Just kind of picking up the pieces of yourself and figuring out a better you.
But I came here for, so leave room to breathe on a spree like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, you have your pizza, my guy. But just know when you're done in your little mind palace, you have to vacuum. That's important. That was very cool. It felt very, it was a little bit of just like, yeah, I'm working on getting better, but also get off my back. Like I'm doing stuff in my own time. Or like, give me a minute. I'm just going to sit here and dance in my kitchen and eat pizza, which like, yeah, you should do that. It felt very hopeful while also not feeling, like forced. It felt very genuine, which I liked quite a bit. And I'm glad that he like raps a bit, but he also still sings, and I do still really like his voice. For that one shot in the sky thing, he looked kind of like Steve from Blue's Clues with facial hair, which was special. Yeah, I really liked that song. And again, I hope it's not a prequel to Baggage, because it didn't seem to end well for him. So, I mean, I know it's not. I know it's literally not, but I'm just saying. No, I'm really glad that someone told me, because I don't like, I'm so kind of just ADHD and stubborn when it comes to music that I'll forget what I'll forget things I mean to listen to. So having this is actually really useful, because I was just like, oh, I need to make a reaction for it, so I'll watch that video because someone told me to. So thank you for telling me to. That was really great, and I'm happy. So there you go. I've got a couple Ren reactions I'm gonna do, and I'm then gonna probably talk about another movie. It's not the French one I just ranted about that is either posted now or will be posted after this. I don't know. But yeah, if you have any more suggestions for either this music or any other kind of music or whatever it may be, whatever you want to put in front of my face, by all means, put it in the comments. That was pretty fun. Thank you. Bye.